Okay, hi guys, I'm going to help you learn to read the treble clef and the stave. I know some of you have done a really good job, also some of you are still finding it a little bit tricky, okay, so I'm going to go through it really steadily and hopefully more of you will be able to get there. So, the stave are the 5 lines, okay, and the 5 lines also have 4 spaces in between them, okay. So here are our 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've got 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I've taught you the rhymes for both. You have face is in a space. So this one is face. F, A, C, E. And if it helps, I'll number them 1, 2, 3, 4. So F, A, C, E. And these ones, the lines, I gave you that mnemonic. Every good boy deserves football. Every good boy deserves football. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every good boy deserves football. Now, wherever the circle is, tells you if you need to use face or if you need to use every good boy deserves football. If the circle has got a line through it like that, you can see there's a line in the middle, then you need to use the rhyme every good boy deserves football. And if the circle is in between 2 lines like this, then you use face, because you can see it's in a space. This one's not in a space, this one's got a line through it. Okay, so face is in a space, every good boy deserves football. Alright, and you always start at the bottom, so 1 is always here. 1, every good boy deserves football. So I'm going to draw 5 lines here, and we're going to work out a few of the notes. 5. There's my stave. Okay, so I'm going to draw a note here. So the first thing we have to decide is, do we use face or do we use every good boy deserves football? Well, let's have a look. Is it in a space or has it got a line through it? Well, I think it's got a line going through it. Can you see? So that means we need to use every good boy deserves football. So we start on the bottom line, we put our pen here, every good boy. And because that line there is in the middle, that must be a B. Okay? Let's try another one. I'm going to put one here. So let's remind ourselves, is it in a space or has it got a line in the middle? Let's have a look. Well, there's no line in the middle, so it must be in a space. So we're looking for face. So here we go. First space is here, F, A. So that has to be an A. It's in that second space. 1, 2, F, A. Here we are. Let's try one more. I'm going to put a note here. So we'll make the decision, is it a space or is it a line? We can clearly see there is a line going through it there. We can clearly see that. So, every good. So, it's the second line, it's a G. And we have made back B, A, G. And that's how you read the music using the 2 rhymes. Now, stay with the video because we're going to go onto the computer and I'm going to show you some of the words and we'll see if you can work them out. Alright? So, here is the computer version of what I've just shown you. So, every good boy deserves football. And those are the 5 lines. And then face is in the space. So we have to make that decision. Now the two rhymes are up here in case you forget them. So the first decision, is there a line in the middle of the note? Yes. So we're going to use every good boy deserves football. So we start at the bottom, every good boy. So that is in the B space. So I'm looking for a line. There is no line in the middle of that note. It's inside the space. So I use face. F, A. It's in the second space. F, A. So that's got to be an A. And then, we're looking, there's a line in the middle. So we're back to every good boy deserves football. Every good boy deserves. So that is a D for bad. I'm going to show you one more and then you're going to have a go by yourselves. So, every good boy, because there's a line going through it. Face, F-A-C-E. A line, every good boy deserves. So we get the word bed. Right, your turn. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Off you go. Okay, so the first one, there's a line in the middle. Every good boy. Second one, in a space, F-A. And the last one, in a line again, every good. So you should have got the word bag. And to be fair, it should be this quick. You should make that decision, right? There's a line, every good boy. There's a space, F-A. Okay, it should be really that fast for you now. So let's try another one. Little hint, these two are the same. So once you know that one, it's not going to change. Okay, here we go. So it's in a space, F-A-C-E. And these two are on that second line, every good. So it's got to be G and a G, and you get the word egg. Okay, let's go a tiny bit harder, because I know you guys are really clever. Let's try this one. So I'll give you a little bit longer, see if you can work out the 4 notes and the word. Okay, so the first one, it's got a line in it, so every good boy. It's got a line, every. It's in a space, F-A. It's in a line, every good boy deserves. And you get the word bead. And we're going to try one more today. I'm going to give you this one. Off you go. Okay, so it's in the space, the top space. F-A-C-E. Face is in a space. And these three, they've all got a line. So, every good boy deserves. Every good, every. And you get the word edge. Hey guys! So, our next activity is we're going to play some rhythm cards on the drums, or if you're at home, on your pan, or whatever makeshift drum you've got. It could be a mug and a pen, something that you've made into a drum at home, okay? So on the screen in a few minutes is going to appear this, all right? And what we've got 4 bars of music on each line. And I'm going to tell you which line we're sort of going to play together. Underneath the notes you can see there's a letter written. So the F, that stands for frog, because when we see the crotchet, we say frog. So it's frog, frog, and then we've got TP, tadpole, frog. These are the notes that I've taught you for the past couple of years, okay? So it's frog, frog, tadpole, frog. Frog, frog, tadpole, frog. And then we get the minims, and it's got a letter 2 and an F. If you remember, those are 2 frogs, 2 frogs, frog, 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 frog. And that's line 1. So I'm going to play it to you on my makeshift drum. So I've got a bowl here and a wooden spoon. All right, so it goes like this. It goes frog, frog, tadpole, frog. Frog, frog, tadpole, frog. 2 frogs, 2 frogs, frog, 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 frog. And I've just played the first line of music. Now, when you hear a musician doesn't start shouting frogs and tadpoles, do they? All you hear is what they're playing. So your job is to say those frogs and tadpoles inside your head as you're going along. So this time, I'm going to hold that there and I'm going to play just the drum. And that's line 1. But in my head, I'm saying all those rhythms, okay? Let's do line 2 together. And then, as I say, I'm going to put them on the screen. And I'll tell you which line I'd like to have a little go at, okay? So there's line 2. So you can see it says frog, 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 2 frogs, tadpole, tadpole, frog, 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 tadpole, frog, 2 frogs. We're looking at line 2 here. So that's what I'm going to say inside my head, and I'm going to play it on the drum. Okay, so just to remind you, 2 frogs, 2 frogs, 2 frogs. And we might have a 3 frog. Yep, we do, just here. See it next to my finger. So it looks very, very similar to a minim, but it's got the dot next to it. It's the dotted minim worth 3 beats. So a dotted minim, 3 frogs. 3 frogs. 1 hit, 2 bounces. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You can see what it looks like again there. And it's got a 3F for 3 frogs. We've also got next to it there, we've got the shush. So if you remember in the air, shh, 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 for our crotchet rest. And the only other one on this side you're going to need is the pond. Here it is. The pond, the semi-breathe. So for pond, you spell the word pond. You hit it on p, r, d, p, r, d, because it's worth a full 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. So with all that refresher knowledge I've just given you, you should be able to play any of the lines on the card. Okay, so we'll now go to the screen. You'll see the line, and I'll give you some instructions as to what I want you to do. Okay, all right, good luck, guys. Line 1. 1, 2, 3, together. Line 2, together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Line 3, together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Line 4, together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shh. 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 All 4 lines without stopping. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shh. 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 Hi guys, Mr. Science here. So today we're going to do something that we've not done before in our compositions. All right. We are going to change what we call the time signature. So up until now, I have told you that whenever we do any writing, the magic number is 4. Okay. But today we are going to change that magic number. Now this magic number here is actually called a time signature. And in music, they look like this. You might have 4, 4. And that means 4, which is this number here, that magic one, 4. And the bottom 4 means crotchet beats in a bar. Each bar adds up to 4 crotchets. So here's our 4 crotchets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, a bar doesn't have to have 4 crotchets in it, but so long as if it adds up to the same amount, it's going to be correct. So I could have a dotted minim, and that's worth 3 of my crotchets, and then I could put a crotchet rest. There. So it adds up to 4 crotchets. So that's what this means here, 4 crotchets. But today, let's see what happens if instead of having 4 crotchets, we only have 3. So to start with, our magic number is not going to be 4, it's going to be 3. Okay, so I need you to set your board up like this. Okay, so you've got the menu at the top, and you'll notice there are no semiquavers. So we've got the crotchet, the 2 quavers, remember half each, half and a half together make 1. The crotchet rest, the minim rest, 2 shushes, the minim, 2 frogs, and the dotted minim, 3 frogs. That's the menu we're going to use today. We've then got 3 staves. If you remember, this line going across that we draw is called the stave, and that's what we write the music on. And then at the start of each stave, we've got the treble clef to tell us these notes are going to be high. Okay? Brilliant. Now, this is where, once you've got your board looking at that, you put your pens down. So if you need to pause, pause it. I'm going to show you first, so don't do anything, just watch to start. So I said to you about the time signature. The first one we're going to do is 3. So we are going to have 3 beats in a bar. 3 is the magic number. So at the start, above the line I write 3 and below I write 4. 3 crotchets. Each bar is going to add up to the same as 3 crotchets. So the first thing I'm going to draw is a dotted minim. And that's worth 3. So the bar is already full. Done. I can't fit anything else in. The next bar, a minim and a crotchet. Full. 1, 2, 3. It adds up to 3. Next bar, 3 crotchets. Full. And the last bar, I'm going to finish with how I started, a dotted minim. Full. Just like that. Then, I'm going to play it. So if you're at home, you might have a pan, you might have a mug, you might have a table. You've always got your hands. So today, I'm going to clap it. So, here I go. 3 frogs, 2 frogs, frog, 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 3 frogs. I'm going to play it on my drum. My drum is a bowl, and I've got a wooden spoon. 3 frogs, 2 frogs, frog, 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 3 frogs. Okay? So your first task today is on your first line, write 3, 4, and write me about 4 bars of music, all added up to 3, and then take a picture, put it onto Dojo, all right, and then play the video again. So I want you to pause the video now, and we're back in. Right, guys, your second challenge. We're going to do the second line. The second line, we're only going to have 2 beats in a bar. So this time signature here, we're changing. So this is not 3, this is going to be 2. Now, we've got a problem. This one's worth 3. That's far too big. So it means we can't use that note. So for now, I'm just going to put a line through it. You don't need to do that. Just remember, you can't use it, okay? So, again, put your pen down, watch me, because you don't want to copy mine, you want to do your own, all right? Here we go. Minim. It's worth 2. It's full already. Can't fit anything else in. Crotchet. Crotchet. Full. 4 quavers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Full. And I'm going to finish with a minim. Full. There we are. That was quick. There's only 2 beats in a bar. So again, I'm going to clap it. 2 frogs, frog, frog. Tap, bolt, 2 frogs. Play it, module. 2 frogs, frog, frog. Tap, bolt, 2 frogs. So on your second line, you're going to write 2, 4, 2 crotchets in each bar. And I want you to do 4 bars of composition. Make sure they add up to 2. Again, take a picture, show me, put it onto Dojo, and make sure you play the video again because we've got the third line to do. So you can pause the video now. And we're back in. Right, our last bar, our last line. We're going to change this time signature and we're going to have 5 beats in a bar. So it's now really big. And it means we can now use the dotted minim as well because 3 can go into 5. So everything's back in play. So, again, put your pen down, watch Mr. Simons first. So I'm going to do a dotted minim and a minim because 3 add 2 make 5. Done. And then I'm going to draw 5 crotchets. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. I'm then going to draw 2 quavers, a minim, a crotchet, and a crotchet rest. I'm then going to put a minim rest and a dotted minim. Right, check. Does it add up to 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Always check, make sure it adds up to the right amount. The other thing to make sure you've remembered when you draw your notes, that's your stave. You must make sure your circle goes with the stave in the middle like that. We spent a lot of time on that last week and over previous weeks at school as well. So make sure every time you draw that note head so the stave is in the middle. That's where it needs to be every time. Okay? Right. So the last thing is I'm going to play you my composition. 3 frogs, 2 frogs. Frog, 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 frog. Tadpole, 2 frogs. Frog, shh, shh, shh. 3 frogs. I'm going to play it on the drum. 3 frogs, 2 frogs. Frog, 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 frog. Tadpole, 2 frogs. Frog, shh, shh, shh. 3 frogs. Just let the bell go. Okay, so you're going to write this line here with 5 in. But before you go and do that, I'd like to see if we can all play my composition all the way through. And it's tricky because we're going to change time signature as we go along. So you need your bowl, your drum, your hands, your mug, whatever you've got, and we're going to do it together, okay? So let's go for it. After 3, because we start with 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 frogs. 2 frogs. Frog. Frog, frog, frog. 3 frogs. 2 frogs. Frog, frog. Tadpole, tadpole. 2 frogs. 3 frogs. 2 frogs. Frog, 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 frog. Tadpole, 2 frogs. Frog, shh, shh, shh. 3 frogs. Wow. So your turn now. You're going to compose your last line, adding up to 5, and then see if you can play all 3 lines like we've done. Again, take a video, put it onto Dojo, take a picture of your work, show me that way if you can, right? And I will see you next week. So, well done guys. Bye.